other questions that you want to put in the box? Are there other states that are working on something for an advanced directive like this? I'm just curious. Okay. I'm going to pop back to the end of our presentation here for contact information. You can find Upendra at Patel at LAWO Law. Let's see. Oh, there's a question here from Dina. Hey, Dina. They missed the do complete the A2J interviews in English. Could they enter it in Spanish? We don't instruct people to complete the answers in English. There are only a few points where people will actually enter in any kind of content. We expect that to be Spanish if they've chosen the Spanish interview. And those, it's a great question, but those, we don't cross the streams in the actual interview itself. Yes, we've done user testing from a, we have a two-pronged approach here. We used folks that are Spanish speakers, including Claudia. Monica, we had people test this that we stumbled upon this by accident. We have a bilingual accountant here at OLAF, and we had her test, and we had several different Spanish speakers tests, including those outside our state, and the things that we found were more grammatical differences. One person may be thinking it should be said one way and versus another way. So we really vetted this several times to make sure that the grammar that we were using in the template was generally accepted. Our accountant, who had never seen an A2J in her life, she went through this and said, "This is easy, wonderful, and I have no other suggestions on it." So then we had others that say, "Well, you might want to do this and that." And then we had Monica, who was our expert. So our testing has been definitely a very well, I don't know what I would say, and extensive to make sure. But they came down to, it wasn't function. There weren't any functional issues. It was just maybe one word here and there from a grammatical standpoint.
And we
go ahead.
We also have the continuous feedback. So if we find that there's a pattern that people are not understanding something or there's something we need to change, we can go back and change it at a later time.
Right, and that's what the survey that's embedded in this for users, we're going to use that to, just as Upendra said, for quality and change control. If there appears to be something that is causing a problem, we can address it and fix that right away. The PowerPoint itself, we're going to post out on LSNTAP, so all of the information, both the recording and the PowerPoint itself, is available to everyone. What does what they type in Spanish get translated? No, it comes actually over. There's no active translation, and that's why there are only a very few areas of the document that would require someone to type in. So, for example, what additional instructions may you want people to know about? And that was a conversation that we had had about whether or not Google Translate would be part of this particular project. And I know, John, you're on the phone, but I believe it's in discussion about having a different tool in the next version of A2J Author. So no, it doesn't do active translation of anything typed into the document or into the interview. Can you read the question so we know what you are? Can you read the question so we know what you are answering? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Claudia. I'm not sure. But what I would invite you all to do, and we'd love to hear your feedback, is to go out to the Ohio Legal Services website and kick the tires for us. Again, it's been tested extensively, but if you see something there, please bring it to our attention. Just go out to ohiolegalservices.org and click on the link under local. Let me go back so you know for sure. You're going to ohiolegalservices.org, public side. You're going to look under Court Forms and Rules, and you're going to click on the Spanish version and kick the tires. Steve says, if a response uses a tilde or an accent, will it be put into the template document? You know, I don't know the answer to that question, Steve. I'd have to ask Bob Oven. He might know, or someone else on the call might know the answer to that question. I don't know. I'd like to find out. I think just because you're putting a tilde in, if you've put it in yourself, whatever is there, it would print. That's what logic would say. Is there an easy way for Spanish speakers to find the link on the website? It seems like you have. I'm not sure I understand your question, Maria. Let's see. I'm going to try to unmute you. Let me see if I can do that. I'm sorry, it's Mariah, I believe. Mariah? Can you hear me? Okay, sorry. Upendra, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure. I'm sorry, Mariah, I'm not sure. Let me read your question again, if I could. Oh, you can hear. Oh, it's okay. I'm sorry. You can hear me, but you can't talk. I understand. Let me see if I can read this again so I can try to answer the question here. Is there an easy way for Spanish speakers to find a link on the website? It seems like you have to have a direct link to the A2J in Spanish, which you have to get through a few English pages. Oh, I think what you're saying, and let me know if this is right, on our website we don't have a Spanish version of the statewide site yet. And actually the link that we have to this form is the quickest. We've talked about having a Spanish site, we just have not had the funding to do so yet. But if you click on court forms and rules, and this is the fastest to the top that we have, so at least at the moment, to get people to the Spanish version. Hopefully that answers your question. How do Spanish speakers find the link to fill it out on the site? They have to go to the court forms and rules. And again, we would like to have a Spanish version of the site. We don't have one yet. Okay, you're welcome. Okay. What other questions might folks have? You can put it in the question box. Let me just ask real quick, by show of hands, I guess we want to say is, do you think this is a good project? Is your perception is that this will be useful to public users looking for an advanced directives form? Got some hands? Well, thank you. We think so too. Lots of hands going up. Super. Thank you very much for that. And of course, we couldn't do what we are today without A2J authors, so thank you to John Mayer, superhero of A2J world. We really appreciate, and the impact of what you do is seen with thousands of people that we'll never meet, so thank you for what you do. And Upendra, anything else that we want to say before we wrap it up?
No, and what the services and the work that you have done, Cynthia, has been tremendous. And I don't think that we could have been where we're at right now without your help in this project.
Oh, thank you. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you. Okay, when you guys do hang up from the call, if you could please complete the survey. It's just a couple of questions, literally two. That would be great. And thank you so much for joining us today, and have a great afternoon. Take care.